It's officially a full week since we started this sourdough starter. This is what she's looking like this morning. I'm not complaining about the mess today because it looks like she got to her peak and she started to fall, which means she's just a little bit closer to being able to start baking with her. So I'm going to go ahead and clean up this jar and continue with today's discarding and feeding. I discarded a little bit more than half today just because I don't want to have to feed it as much flour. After today, I can start saving the discard, but I want to be able to track in my jar without it overflowing how much time it takes for it to completely double in size and then start to fall. And I'll be able to see that a lot better if I have a little bit less starter in my jar. But when I was doing the larger feedings at first, that was just to start making my starter grow a lot, eat a lot, gain all that activity, and become stronger and healthier. I have 5 ounces left in the bowl right now. I'm gonna feed it 5 ounces of bread flour and 5 ounces of filtered water. She was really hungry today because instead of keeping on with the rise, she started to fall, as we could tell because it was lower in the jar. It had rose and you could see that she started to fall. That means at a certain point she got to her peak. This is where she's at. I marked the top of the dough again and covered her up. We'll see where she's at in 6 hours. I'm hoping she's completely doubled and she just starts to fall. And you want to make sure she gets to that peak because that means she has the most activity going on. She's eaten all of her food and then she starts to basically like digest in sense where that's where she starts to fall. So we want to start baking with her when she gets to her peak. So that's when you know your starter is basically ready, is when it gets to that peak and it starts to fall. Back to the counter she goes and we'll see where she's at in 6 hours or less.